Well, hello and welcome to the Palau de Sport de Granollers in Spain, and the final day in the main round of the Women's Handball World Championships. Earlier today here in Group 1, Poland beat Montenegro 33-28, and then Serbia beat Slovenia 31-25. We're now down to the last match in this group, and it is the Russian Handball Federation who take on Olympic champions France in a rematch of that Olympic final in Tokyo just 4 months ago. Paul Bray here with you for this game. Both these teams are already certain to go through to the quarterfinals. 4 groups of 6 in the main round. The top 2 in each of the groups go through to the quarterfinal. From tomorrow, we move into the knockout phase. No margin for error anymore. Not that these teams have needed it with the effortless run. So the remodeled Russian side won all their preliminary round matches versus Serbia, Poland and Cameroon to finish top of Group B in Yiriadi. Then slipped up at the start of the main round, drawing against Slovenia, but then picked themselves up to beat Montenegro and booked their place in the quarterfinals, helped a little by some of the other results as well. A mixture of experience and some new young players. In fact, 6 making their debut in a major championship for the Russian side.
And now we ask you to please welcome the players of the national team of France. Let's give them a great big applause.
So here come France, a perfect record so far. Preliminary round wins against Angola, Slovenia and Montenegro were followed by victory over Poland and a hard-fought win over Serbia. But it showed the French capacity, even when they weren't playing well, especially in attack, to soak up pressure and still come good at the end. Fans here supporting their team. We'll hand over now to the hall announcer to introduce the players and the officials.
Let's meet all the members of the team from the Russian Handball Federation. Number 25, captain of the Russian Handball Federation, Olga Fomina. Number 3, Polina Gorshkova. Number 11, Anastasia Lagina. Number 23, Elena Mikhailichenko. Number 31, Karina Sabirova. Number 33, Ekaterina Ilyina. Number 36, Yulia Mangarova. Number 39, Antonina Skorobogarchenko. Number 41, Veronika Nikitina. Number 51, Milana Tajenova. Number 67, Anastasia Ilarionova. Number 77, Yaroslava Frolova. Number 78, Irina Korniva. Number 86, Olga Sherbak. Number 96, Yulia Markova. And number 99, Polina Kaplina. The national head coach of the Russian Handball Federation is Miss Ludmila Vodnieva. The team officials of the Russian Handball Federation are Tomas Lavati, Mikhail Ismailov, Vladislav Dolgachev, and Igor Krasheninnikov. And now let's meet all the members of the team from France. Number 8 and captain of France, Coralie Lassource. Number 1, Laura Gluzer. Number 2, Méline Nokandi. Number 3, Alicia Dublon. Number 6, Chloé Valentini. Number 7, Alison Pineux. Number 10, Ras Zadi Dena. Number 16, Cléopâtre Darleux. Number 19, Océane Sercienne Hugolon. Number 20, Laura Flip. Number 21, Orlan Cano. Number 22, Tamara Oracek. Number 24, Beatrice Edwige. Number 26, Pauletta Popa. Number 27, Estelle Nzeminko. And number 31, Lucie Granier. The national head coach of France is Mr. Olivier Rumbols. The team officials from France are Sébastien Gardilou, Pierre Terzi, Sandy Conor, and Pierre Gillet. The referees for this match are Mr. Javier Alvarez and Mr. Ion Bustamante from Spain. The IHF technical officials are timekeeper Mr. Antonio Golau from Portugal, scorekeeper Mr. Mikhail Mashev from Bulgaria. The IHF official is Mr. Dragan Nachevsky, and the representative of the International Handball Federation is Ms. Anna Rapp from Sweden. And now ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Russian Handball Federation. And please remain standing for the national anthem of France.
Soldats qui viennent jusque dans nos bras, égorger nos montagnes.
Teams have met 17 times, the Russians winning 10, France 6, and 1 draw. Of course, the last meeting, the Olympic final in Tokyo 4 months ago, France winning 30-25 on that occasion. So with wins earlier today for Poland and Serbia, this is how the group looks below these two teams. That won't change. What will be decided now is who will top this group and have arguably a marginally easier quarter-final. So for the Russian Handball Federation, 6 players make their debut at a major competition, but they can still count on the experience of Skora Bogachenko, Mikhailichenko, Nilinia across the back. Wingers Gorshkova and Fomina are having a great tournament. One change today, playmaker Kiryasheva is out, replaced by Kornieva, the left back. Ludmila Bodnieva, new coach of the Russian team since the Olympic Games. France make 2 changes today. Flip returns after turning her ankle in the second match, while Metz back player Canor comes in for the misfiring Niakate. Edwige will be key in defence as ever, while in goal Glosser and Darleux are on very good form. Olivier Krumholtz in charge of the French team for 21 years, with just a 2-year break between 2013 and 15. Skora Bogachenko with 23 goals and a 64% success rate and 16 assists. She's key, but so is that lady there, Grace Zadi, with 19 goals, 19 assists. Not quite as successful with her shooting, but then the French have struggled really more than anything else in their organised phase of attack in the last 2 matches. And that might be what they're trying to fix by bringing in Canor and Flip. The countdown is on.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play handball.
So the Russian Handball Federation team in the all-red throw up this Group 1 main round match. Top of the table clash against Olympic champions France in the all-blue. Here in the Palais des Sports de Granollers. Both teams certain of a quarter-final place in the next round. They will decide today who finishes top. A draw would be enough for France because the Russians dropped a point against Slovenia. Other than that, these two teams have won all their matches. Was this a repeat of the Olympic final at Tokyo? Just 4 months ago, France on that occasion winning 30-25. Flick starts and immediately makes her presence felt. And she has been really badly missed by France since injuring herself early in the second match. Should also mention that it's her birthday today. She turned 27. Best wishes to her. So on the attack at the moment for the Russians, Mikhailichenko, Skorobogatchenko, and Sabirova is in the center. You can double up as a line player if needed. Into the wing. Near post, nicely smuggled through by the new Russian captain, Olga Fomina. Zadi. No goal. Attacking foul. It's called against Zadi. Quick turnover. And Fliep is away again. Oh, brilliant save! Anastasia Lagina, the Rostov-Don keeper. Stole the ball, got it straight back from Zadi, cuts to the middle. It was a good angle as well, but read it all the way. Well, a frenetic start here. Still only 1-1 though, 2 minutes played. Sabirova. Fomina brings the ball back out again. Moving wide, Mikhailichenko. Good save, Glosser. Let's come out again for the Russians. As you were. And if they'd been quick about it, they had space on the left wing. Briefly, Markova. Because France's right winger, Toublanc, was already at the halfway line. They are quick on the break, France. They play very much on the defense. Ooh, lucky. Well, Jon Bustamante, the Spanish referee, says, let's have a look at the screen. He's not sure. He was well placed. He's right alongside the goal, and if he's wanting to have a look, and it does look like it bounces on the blue sector at the back, but the whole ball has to cross. They have the benefit of the camera looking straight down inside the goal. Well, they're having to take a very close look. As the ball bounced down, did it fully cross the line? And every goal could be important here if this ends up being a one-goal game. There was the shot by Mikhailichenko. Doesn't look like it. I think a shake of the head from Javier Alvarez, the other referee, but let's see. Oh, it is. It's a goal. Mikhailichenko. That's a nice little tonic for her. Plays for CSKA Moscow, the Russian champions. Well, they're currently second to Rostov-Don in the Russian league. And two of the Rostov-Don players are on the French side. Edwige, the defense specialist, and number 10, Zadi, in the center. They are up against 5 of their club teammates in Russia. Faupas out and drops back in again, and Ziminko comes a long way around. She's had to play a lot at right back while Fliep has been away because Sertien Hugolin struggled to get into her rhythm. Into the wing, Dansette. I say Dansette, I'm so used to her having that number. It's Toublanc. 2-2, and the Russians are playing at a cracking pace here, knowing that if they can get back quickly before the French are organised in defence, it'll make life a lot easier. French, who have one of the best defences in the business. Faupas is off. Edwige is covering for her, even though she herself is a line player. That's the traditional routine, and as the game goes on, they may well then press Pinot into defensive duties. In on the line goes Ilyaronova. Oh, that's nice. Skorobogatchenko. Well, the Russians have the right weapon for the French defense. Mikhailichenko and Skorobogatchenko have two of the hardest shots in the game. Russians leading 3-2. Wonder how long Philippe will play and whether they really want to risk her too much. She had a very bad ankle injury just about a week ago. And Zeminko. Passive play now being called against the French. That's only going to be a free throw for Zadi. She's well blocked in the center of the defense. Skora-Bogachenko. Very tall lineup in the center. It's a penalty. And it's won by the French captain, La Source. Gets a push as she goes through to shoot. Nieva composing herself. Mind you, they've missed 6 of their 19 penalties in this tournament so far, the French. Pinot steps up to take it, scored 4 from 6. Oh, and they missed that one. And she's been told just stay on for the moment. She'll go in the center with Edwige, where they tend to play together anyway in the latter stages of the matches for France. Philippe and Zadi are the number 2 defenders. Zeminko and Toublanc on the outside. Philippe comes back in, looking for the line. Good defending by Philippe, who got in behind very quickly, and it's going to be a yellow card for Pinot, who's only been playing for 50 seconds in the match. Skora-Bogachenko into the wing for Mina, and again, she manages to draw Glosser off the post. Glosser, who plays in Hungary for Dieu, French keeper. So 4-2 the lead. 5 minutes gone now. Quite a few French fans have made the trip here to Granollers on the eastern. That's too many steps anyway, but she was being held all the way by Ilarionova. Zadi. And off Philippe. Oh, what a shame. She just had too much pace on it to be able to cut back in. Passive play call now. Faupas. Good save again. Brilliant start in goal for Lagina. Beats the shot by Zadi, her club teammate at Rostov-Don, and they pay the price at the other end as the Russians score through Ilarionova. That was a difficult chance. That was an easier one. Well, the last 2 matches, France have had huge problems with their set attacks. And they're having them here. 2 goals from 6 attempts only, while the Russians have scored 5 from 6. On an excellent 83% as Glosser struggles to make her mark felt. Philippe, Zadi releases the ball. That'll be a free throw. And the Russians defending furiously, but too much so for the Spanish referees. 2 minutes. Skora-Bogachenko is off. Quarter from behind. So power play for France. Zadi. Switch back and Zeminko under the leg of the keeper. First goal of the game for the French back player. Switch back. So much space with the short-handed defense. So it's Skora-Bogachenko off. It's Olga Scherbak who comes on, and used as a right back. Technically a playmaker at Lada Toliati. 24 goals for them in the Russian league this year. The number 86, here she comes, first taste of the action. She's sucked in by Zeminko, who holds on to her and waits for the whistle. Sabirova in the center. Mikhailichenko waiting wide with that big shot. Here she comes now, and immediately Edwige moves up, knowing the danger is there, into the wing. And that's scored. And the French struggling with the wings at the moment. They're going around the outside quite nicely as well. Markova gets her first of the game. Her 12th in the tournament. Well, that's nicely teed up again. Flip in the thick of it, sucking in the last defender, passing out to Doublon for her second goal. So the French score a couple during that suspension. The Russians have taken out the goalkeeper, but a handful of seconds more, and she can go back on again. Skora Bogachenko will probably be thrown back into the fray. They are at full strength. Sabirova, Mikhailichenko. No way through there. Share back. And for the moment, Vodnieva seems happy to leave the lineup at the back as it is. And the ball put out of play. May make change and get Skora Bogachenko back on the next one. France on a phase 2 attack here against a disorganized defense, and that's very nicely done by La Source, French captain who plays for Brest. In fact, 5 of the French players play for the champions. Nicely done. France are back within 1. So Skora Bogachenko is put back in now. Mikhailichenko. They get back in again, and Ziminko leaves a big gap in the middle. That's gone wide. Didn't frame it at all. Not quite sure what that was, really. Zadi. Flip says, give me the ball, but can't do too much with it. So after a 5-1 exchange from the Russians to open up a 5-2 lead, having been 1 down, France settle things down. A couple of quick goals and they're within touching distance now. And they've brought on Pinault and Sertien Hugolin. Pinault in the centre. Sertien Hugolin, who's misfired a little in the competition, the number 19 on the far side, plays in Slovenia for Krim Ljubljana. 8 from 20, and it's passive play called against France now. 6 passes to get the shot away. Today would be a good day for Sertien Hugolin to find her long-range shooting. But for the moment, it's the experienced Pinault who draws France level. Legendary player, Pinault, 32 years of age, arrived in Spain with 264 international matches and 673 goals for France. So all the good work. And the 3-goal lead for the Russians comes to nothing as the French get into their rhythm. Sertien Hugolin. Oh, and another brilliant save. Lagina doing her bit. France missing 2 fast breaks, clear-cut chances. That's normally bread and butter stuff, and they're very lucky that Mikhailichenko didn't frame that shot. Sails past the goal. Sertien Hugolin just talking about her woes in attack. Celebrations cut short as Mikhailichenko then missed at the other end. Number 19 for France, Sertien Hugolin, who's 23 years of age. She has got a huge shot on her. Just hasn't managed to bring it to bear in this match. In fact, the French team generally, their 9-meter goals, 4 from 32. It's all about breakthroughs for them in their set attack. Nokandier is on now as well in the centre. Pinault. Oh, clips the post and stays out. And France still struggling with their finishing here. 2 fast breaks and now that chance goes begging. There's a crossover. And with France having the initiative at the moment, if it hadn't been for their poor shooting, they could have been 3 ahead. It's a team timeout for the Russians.
Сабир, Тоня, Юля. играете смену от края, чтобы Миха начинала. Поменяйтесь с ними местами, потом Миха начинает быстрее давить Миха.
Vous ne les éparpillez pas n'importe comment. Hein. Essayez de reprendre des coups et remonter sur les tireurs. Montez les balles, elles sont fragiles sur les replis. Allez, les filles.
Allez, meufs, on continue. Ouais, on continue, on est dedans. Allez, on est solide.
Feels they're easing a little too much on the defence. And, got a metre wasted, but at the moment, Lagina has made a couple of very important saves on fast breaks. Well, they've gone a bit too early, the Russians. They have been called back by Jon Bustamante, quite rightly. He hasn't blown the whistle yet. Here we go. So play resumes, and as we approach the midway point in the first half, like a metronome, France often switch over their wingers, and they are warming up. It looks like Olivier Krumholtz, the coach, will be true to form. Elina has come into the attack now for the Russians, one of their most experienced players, with 119 international matches for the Russians and 318 goals, the number 33. One of 6 players who remain from the Russian team who lost the Olympic final 4 months ago to France. France, for their part, have lost 6 players from that squad who've retired. It's a completely different looking Russian team. Well, she tries to get the near post again, but no luck this time. La Source is calling, gets a good angle and scores. And from 3 goals down, France are now 1 goal up. Hangs for a while and then goes under the leg of the keeper. There was the chance, but didn't have to do anything this time. Glossaire just stand still. It's the second save of the game. The Russians, though, who have lost so much experience. Of course, the most important of all, Anna Vyakireva, the right back, but the goalkeepers, Kalinina, Sedoikina, they're gone. Kuznetsova on the wing, Sen, so important. Playmaker, strong defender. Lokondi, meanwhile, for France, gets her first. 23-year-old Metz playmaker. Teed up nicely by Pinot. France 8-6 up now. So the Russians really are going through, and of course Daria Dmitrieva, their captain, has also retired. So change all round. But as it is for France, we've seen goalkeeper Leno, Siraba Dembélé, their captain, Lacrabert, the right back who scored over 800 goals, and Dansette retire. Break is on. La Source teed up. Sergien Golin running out of steps. Just waited patiently for the captain to catch up. She's 3 from 3, the captain. And that's a terrible run by the Russian team, who've now conceded 5. In fact, that last one is 6 goals without reply. Oh, they finally get going again. In 7 minutes, the score went from, in fact, the Russians leading 6-2 to being 6-9 down. No sooner do they score than Pinot finds a way through. That was the goal at the other end. Frenetic stuff here. Pinot, together with Faupa, the line player, with the top scorers in the Olympic final. 7 goals apiece. That's a penalty. Referees say Sergien Golin was inside the area. She looks a little bemused. She plays together with Pinot in Ljubljana in Slovenia. So Elina comes on to take the penalty. She's scored 10 from 12 in this competition so far. Glossaire has yet to save one. She went the right way, but it wasn't quick enough, and Elina scores, gets off the mark. So the Russians back within 2. Elina goes straight off. She's not a great defender, to be fair. If they leave her on, she'll normally be defending on the outside, left side, or wherever they feel the weaker winger is. For France, Valentini and Granier, who's brand new to the team, the number 31, have gone in on the wing. And that's what they need, France. That's the bit of play that's been missing from the jigsaw. Her first long-range shot of the game, and yet that's why she's there. It's also why Nyakate was there. And she may have got a wake-up call when the coach dropped Nyakate and has replaced her in the squad with Canor. Start again. Oh, good play, one-on-one. Sertien Hugolin beaten. It was Nikitina, first goal of the game for her. No space there for Granier, who's happy to bring the ball out. So Edwige goes off and they slow things down, France, waiting for Foupa to go back in on the line. Their joint top scorer from the Olympic final. It is remodeled teams on both sides, though. These not really the Olympic final teams. Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. Pinot backflip as she went past, and Foupa gave us so much time. This was class. Look at that. Well, France, having been 6-2 down, have now scored a 10-3 turnaround against the Russians. This is the France that started out the tournament and then went a little off the boil in the main round. Nikitina again tries to find a way through. Nikitina, who's scored 26 goals for Lada Togliatti this year, the 41. 2 in on the line at the moment for Elina. And passive play called, drew a quick shot, and he was covered all the way by Glosser. Pinot once it, oh, they missed. Valentini came out, she was free. Nokandi, or Pinot could have passed. She leant against both defenders. And so Foupa returns 15th top scorer in the French league. Foupa with 37 goals, all from open play. The youngest ever player to wear the French jersey at 17. Sertien Hugolin. They've got a little bit of pace on the attack now. Sertien Hugolin, that's stolen. Nicely done. Fomina looks for support. French have covered very quickly, and so they decide to bring the ball up slowly. So Fomina goes off, changes all round. Managarova will go in on the right wing for the first time. And after switching at the back, the Russians put Mikhailishenko back on again. And on the left wing, Goshkova. It's all changed. Meanwhile, France seem to be getting ready to make changes in response to what's just happened, with Zadi and Ziminko immediately called up. Yelena, Skorabogachenko, they got the big guns back on again, the Russians. And Foupa, when she's not in defense, it's not because she's not a good defender. You can see she's been trusted with a central defense role with Pinot. It's more about resting her, because they don't have any other attacking line play, although Edwige will play there. And that came off her foot, knocked out of her hand by Foupa, and it clicked Mikhailishenko's foot. So Pinot and Nokandi have done their bit. So the changes are made. France, in fact, completely switched the back line back to that, but started the game in response to the Russians doing it first. It's like a chess game. Big guns come on, and the French put the experienced trio on. Flip, Zadi and Ziminko. Little change now, looking for the line. Oh, steals it beautifully, Foupa. Well, the 20-year-old has had a little bit of an off time with the team, but today, a couple of pearls. Great reaction on the bench, as if to, how does she do that? And off. Managarova's gone in on the line, trying to create a bit of space, hold the defenders back. Mikhailishenko, she's shifted completely to the right now, doesn't really want to stay there too long. Yelena to the line, and Skorabogachenko is immediately locked down by Edwige, the Russian-based defense specialist of the French team. Edwige, who's only just gone over to Rostov this summer, where she joined Zadi. He's been there for a year already. Long range shot, that took a deflection off her player, took the sting out of it. Long pass down, and under pressure, Granier couldn't quite get the ball. It wasn't the best of passes from Glosser. So 4-goal lead. Oh, beautifully put away. Mikhailichenko. Second goal for her, the 20-year-old. Another one of this great young generation coming through for the Russians. That was the tip earlier. Just took the sting out of it, and credit where it's due. Gorshkova got a hand on that one. So France, he could have been 14-9 up. Still lead, but by 3 only now. Flip. Oh, that came off the foot of Nzeminko. Managarova was away very quickly. They didn't want to risk the pass. She was being followed quite closely. Well, the French finishing has completely switched from 33% earlier. They're now at 68% success rate. While the Russians have gone a little off the ball at 59%, which is slightly below par from where they are normally. Into the wing, no space there. Managarova brings it back out again. Mikhailichenko. Sherbak under pressure. That's a poor pass and a passive play call against the Russians. Good play. Nearly got it through. Windmilled her arm over the top, and Irina Kornieva, who's gone on. Interestingly, back player for Astrakhanotska is actually being used on the line. Oh, beautiful height. Stunning shot. Gorshkova. It was the attempted steal. So back to a 2-goal lead. And that's a penalty. The foul on Fupa, causing all manner of problems at the back of the defence. Frenetic match so far. They missed the last penalty though. Pino steps up to take it. And the change keeper, Kaplina, has gone in for the Russians. And Pino scores. That's brave one after missing her first penalty. Said, no, I want another go. So the Russians with Sherbak, one of their players making a debut at a major competition. 86 feeds into the wing, and that's nicely done again. Managarova, one of their more experienced players, played over 70 internationals for the Russians, scored nearly 250 goals. Nzeminko pulls it back, wait for Edwige to bring on Fupa. About 4 minutes of the first half remaining. Free throw again, Fupa. And a team timeout for France. 3 minutes and 41 seconds of the first half remaining. Fupa is getting the ball, and it pulled from behind.
Joue là, on isole ici. Toi, Estelle, tu viens taper un débordement là. Okay. D'accord? Parce que là, il commence à nous attendre. Il faut reprendre la profondeur et être dangereux. Ok, en défense, c'est bien les filles, il faut continuer.
Encore les meufs, encore.
Well, this, I think, the pick of the goals so far was a lovely assist. Darleux. The emotion has been there too. So play resumes after France take their first of 3 team timeouts allowed in the game. No change across the back. He was more giving them ideas in attack, but he has changed on the right wing, where Toublanc has gone back in for Granier. Both the right wingers, though, are new to the French team, arrived here with just 2 international matches under their belt. The good thing with Krumholtz is that when he picks young players, he expects them to play a lot of time. And Flip scores. It looked like a speculative shot under pressure with a passive play call, but somehow smuggled past Laguina. Just didn't react, and Budnieva is furious. In fact, so furious that she's just changed keeper. Laguina, who's made 4 saves from 18 shots, has come off, and Polina Kaplina is on now. Ilina in attack. Mikhailichenko off the post, unlucky for her. But it was the outside of the post. Zadi wants it. There it was. Under 2.5 minutes to go, and Faupas goes on, and at right back, Flip has come off. She is only just back from that ankle injury picked up in the second match. Here comes Sertien Golin, who's gone on for her, looking for the line. Oh, smuggled through. That was fantastic. How she got that through, I'm not quite sure. I think they don't know how they did that either. One and a half minutes to go, France with a 4-goal lead. Ilina tries to go through, there's no way there. And that's inside the area, the line player stepping over. But the throw's taken from the wrong place, and that's a shame, because Edwige was up front on her own and sent all the way back to be taken again. So France, they won't get 1 minute and 10 seconds on this attack, so got to make this one work. Zadi sees a bit of space on the right. Sertien Golin. Oh, brilliant again, and Faupas is having a feast out there. She is getting service from everywhere. Brilliantly paid. Goalkeeper comes forward and she lobs her. Sertien Golin, the provider this time. 17-15 France. The last 2 games weren't particularly great spectacles from the French team, mostly because their attacks floundered. Today, though, they found their mojo again in attack. Mikhailichenko. That's going to be a 2-minute suspension. France will finish the first half. She says, look at the television replay, I didn't do anything. She gets 2 minutes, Edwige. And I have to say, well, she's holding the shirt, I suppose, but she managed to stay in front of her. So chance now for the Russians. She will be off till 1.5 minutes into the second half. Undeterred, they're still pressing forwards, putting them under pressure. Oh, it's stolen it nearly. They've got to get back quickly now. They were almost up on the break. 6 seconds to go for the Russians, into the wing. Oh, and it dies on the ground with the glue. And they're going to have a look at the screen again. Managarova thought it crossed, and Zemiko and Pinot smiles all round. She says, I think it crossed the line. I don't think it did, not from that angle, but we can't see. Whatever it is, that will be the final decision of the first half, because the final buzzer, or the half-time buzzer, has gone. No goal. So France go into the break with a 5-goal lead here, and that is confirmation from Jon Bustamante. It is the end of the first half. The Russians with a desperate last-second shot. the resin made sure the ball died on the ground. And so the score at halftime here in this Group 1 match, France 17, the Russian Handball Federation team 12. Well, feverish stuff because the Russians went 6-2 up, and since then France has absolutely battered them, a 15-6 turnover after that. When the Russians thought they had them on the rack and they were going to manage to play on the uncertainties of the French team in attack. Glosser, who by her standards has had a very quiet first half, the goalkeeper with 4 saves from 16, talking to Darleux, who I would suspect will go on in the second half. Well, it's been an entertaining first half on the attack front. 44% of the Russian attacks are working, 55% of their shooting. That's below par for the French, who started badly now. 76% of their shots are going in from open play. They've also had 3 fast breaks, but missed 2, mind, while the Russians 7 turnovers to France's 4. So Nikhalichenko, Fomina, Skorobogachenko all on 2, but outscored by Foppa, who's getting lovely service on the line. She's on 4, Pinot and Lassource with 3 apiece. And at the break here, France are looking good. So this is how it went then. France scored the opening goal, the blue dot at the bottom. But you can see how it then became a 6-2 scoreline, in fact, from which France then suddenly recovered and stormed their way back into a 9-6 lead. And at the end, there was a flurry of 3 goals by the Russians. They seemed to get back again, but then France had 3 more up to the halftime break. For the Russians, no fast breaks, but 1 penalty scored. Good service on the wings, but a couple of misses on the right-hand side. It's some breakthroughs and some nice long-range shooting, as you'd expect, with Nikhalichenko and Skorobogachenko, but she's not quite got into it yet. For the French, 3 fast breaks from 5. They've missed 1 penalty, Pinot, but she then made amends the second time. Breakthroughs as well, and of course the 6-meter shots for Foppa, and they're getting service onto the wing. And then some long-range shooting is going in finally, with Sertien Hugolin getting a nice effort in. So the break here in this match, top of the table clash in Group 1. France are leading the Russians 12-7. We're going to take a break as well. Join us again for the second half. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the Palau des Sports de Granollers and half-time in this Group 1 main round match as Olympic champions France lead the Russian Handball Federation team 12-7 at the break. A match that is a repeat of the Olympic final 4 months ago, albeit with two very different-looking teams. Both are going through a transitional period with some of the veterans still there, of course. Quite a few young players coming through. Lagina started well in goal for the Russians, making 4 early saves, but then didn't get another save after that. And at 18 shots and 4 saves, Bodnieva, the coach in the picture there, called her off. Put on Kaplina, who has yet to make a save from 3 shots. Zadi, who plays a club handball in Russia for the team currently top of the championship, Rostov-Don, has had a terrific first half. But it's not over yet. Zeminko, one of the veterans of the team, scored over 300 goals for France, getting ready to resume. It's quite a contingent of French supporters here. There is a big French community in Granollers, and indeed even a French school. Some of the children from the school have been coming out en masse when France were playing earlier in the day. So Darleux will go into goal in the second half. More experienced of the two keepers with 178 international matches. The Glossaire has got the marginally better save rate, 42% to Darleux's 40. Still both very good. The Russians have their fans too. So France throw off the second half of this match, leading 12-7 against the Russian Handball Federation team. No goalkeeper at the other end. They had a suspension at the back end of the first half. It's got about a minute and a half to run. They start with Zadi, Sertien-Golin, and Zeminko. Zadi. Well, she's shot shy a little bit still, Sertien-Golin, despite scoring her first long-range effort of the competition. First shot, the empty goal is there. And that's gone wide. And Darleux, her first action of the game, was a wild sprint after the ball. And she would have had it covered, I think. There was the pass, and you'll see the white figure there. She is. She was level with the post already. The importance of a good warm-up. So chance goes begging for the Russians, and France happy to get possession back with 30 seconds to go on that suspension. Sertien-Golin just needs to let rip every now and again. She's got a huge shot when she wants it. There she goes. It's saved dismissively. They try again. And no chance this time for Darleux. The goalkeeper decided to break the run and get it to Goshkova first. CSKA Moscow player. So second goal of the game for her, but France are back to full strength again with a 4-goal lead now, having conceded just 1 goal during that suspension. Darleux in goal in the second half, and that's going to be a penalty. Her arm clearly taken. Faupas really has been causing all sorts of problems, but a lovely service into her by Zadi. So Pinot scored 1 and missed 1 so far. She's up against Kaplina, who's saved 1 from 3 in this competition. And barely moves on that one as Pinot gets her 3rd goal of the game, her 2nd penalty. So 5-goal lead restored. I think, does it matter if you finish 1st or 2nd in this group, given both teams already qualified for the quarterfinals? That's an attacking foul against Mikhailichenko. As Toublon and Zadi managed to close the door. The answer to my earlier question is yes, it does count. That's inside anyway, and Zeminko, and they're getting back. Because they're going to play the top two teams in Group 2 in Castello, and that features Norway, who are always one of the big teams at these championships, invariably in the final. The Netherlands and Sweden, those three teams are still in contention at the start of the day for the top two places. And so if you win this, you'll play the runner-up of that group. It may be a marginal advantage. The reality is, frankly, those three teams have looked superb. There is no easy quarter-final wherever you finish. Oh, straight through he needed a better pass. That wasn't the fault of Ilyaronova. It was a poor pass into her. And they pay the price at the other end because the French captain Coralie Lassource scores her fourth goal. France now with a 6-goal lead, coming up to 4 minutes played. France, who warmed up for this championship with a couple of friendlies in Paris against Hungary. 33-28 win in the first one, 29-28 in the second. That was tough. Good play. Oh, over the top, unlucky. Frolova, who's come on now, long pass to Blanc. Goes for the lob, but it's a poorly executed one, with Kaplina coming a long way forwards. Frolova. And, well, Lassource, the arm wasn't high, and she's been sent off for 2 minutes. The player came into her very fast. I wouldn't have said that was too high, and she looked a little bit bemused, but it's been given. The problem is, if the player's coming fast, I mean, she chose to stand her ground. So now power play for the Russians. Frolova. Now it's come into the wing, huge angle. That's nicely done. Gorshkova, third of the game for her. Hangs for a while and then goes around Darleux. Minute and 20 seconds to go. 2 goals apiece in the second half. 5 minutes gone now. Free throw, France keep possession. Runs the clock down a little longer on the suspension. Bit of mopping required. The Russians, for their part, played in a tournament in Norway the weekend before the championship started. They were runners-up after beating South Korea. They then lost to the Netherlands before beating Norway, which was a superb result for this Russian team. Lovely warm-up. Penalty, and Zadi finds just enough space to break through. And not only that, but it's going to be a 2-minute suspension for Ilyaronova. Let's have a quick look and see. Pushed her in the back. There was certainly contact. Whether it was a push, I'm not sure. But Pino is back again. And into goal goes Lagina. And she can't save that one either. And now 3 from 4 penalties scored from Pino. Some French fans a little less overwhelmed than the others. 6-goal lead is back, and this despite the fact that France have now played for 3.5 minutes of this half with the player short. Frolova in the center, getting a first taste of the action in the second half. The Rostov-Don playmaker into the wing, Managarova. Darleux came a long way forwards, and Managarova is proving to be very effective. Lovely assist from Skora Bogachenko, her 4th of the game to tee her up. France take off their goalkeeper. She can go back on there in a couple of seconds, and then they will have a power play. Topa, Zadi. Well, it wasn't a superb pass, it has to be said, to Doublon. He did well to pick it off her feet. Compose herself enough to get a decent shot on goal. Kaplina touched it on the way through. Now it's the Russians who take out their goalkeeper. With Ilyaronova off at the moment. Skora Bogachenko, Mikhailichenko, big shot. Lovely block. Oh, and the follow-up. Well, it took 3 goes, but eventually it goes in. Courtesy of Managarova. First shot was blocked. Second one came back off the post, and finally, someone tidied this up. No way through there, Sergio Golin. Another reason they're pleased to have flipped back into the wing, big angle again. And Toublan's having a feast on the right-hand side. 4 goals now for the newcomer to the French team. Look at that speed of pass to the wing. France leading 5-4 in the second half. Nothing in it. They are back to full strength, the Russians, as Pinot was just a little slow to get up. She knew it. Oh, stolen. Landed inside the area, but she managed to get rid of the ball before she did it. Zadi took too long. Pinot this time. Eventually works its way to the wing, where Valentini takes the shot, but it's saved by Kaplina, and the Russians are looking a little bit unsteady. The French have just been a bit more composed on this one, could have got a result. Team timeout, though, for the Russians, despite the save by Kaplina.
Потом играете фонарики, перекидываете опять на Тоню. Тоня, не получается, играешь продолжение. Ясно? В защите обойдите линию. Встаньте выше. Играйте ложно. Выходите, задвигайте.
This is certainly a tough half of the draw. And you think that you've got the 2 Olympic finalists here in this group. And in the next round, they will be in the quarterfinal with the top 2 teams from Group 2, which feature the defending world champions, the Netherlands, Norway, the European champions, and Sweden, who were the 4th place team at the Olympics in Tokyo. That is some half. So play resumes with the throw out from Kaplina, who's now made 4 saves from 11. She's on a 36% save rate. So Frolova at left back, Mikhailichenko in the center, Skora-Bogachenko on the other side. They'll switch again. Frolova, playmaker. Need to try and bring to bear the big shooters. Frolova comes back in again. You can see how the French defense pushes out when the ball's on one side to try and cut the passes. Frolova, oh, good save, Darleux. Second of the game for her, and the ball is out very quickly as ever. They don't hang around the French. Into the wing, there's a huge angle. Oh, and for once, Toublan misses the target altogether. But that was a fantastic save, Darleux. Breakthrough, the odds against her, just got a hand on it. Kaplina, though, on a 42% save rate at the other end now. That said, that wasn't a save, I don't think, on the last one, but Frolova. They're putting 2 on the line now to try and make a bit of space for Mikhailichenko, but her run was flat. Kunieva getting frustrated. They need to come around a little bit more, and that's taken down. Zadi looks for options. The Russians this time are getting back quickly. Bounced off. Ilarionova. She's so frustrated. She got in the way of the pass. It was so hard. Came straight back out of her hands. I think Idwij threw herself on the loose ball. Lucky break for France as we go past the 10-minute mark. Olympic champions leading 22-16. Faupas drops in. Nokandi into the wing. That wasn't a superb delivery. Zadi, Nokandi, Sergio Golin. Now it's passive play against France. Looking for the line. Faupas gets a free throw, but they've used up quite a few of their passes. They'll be asking the referee how many of the 6 have we got. They may only have one shot under pressure. And Kaplina makes a 6th save. Back come the Russians. The French aren't completely organized. Oh dear! Tajenova, one of the new players in the Russian team, who's only been on about 4 minutes. Send that one flying straight over the top. Tajenova, who plays for Rostov-Don, along with Zadi and Edwige. Chance of aller les Bleus from the crowd here. Nokondi comes back again. Zadi now through. Beautifully done. Lovely little breakthrough. Dummies the shot. Steps around the defender, Ilya Romanova. Seven-goal lead now for France. Zadi, the scorer. She's the 7th top scorer in the Russian league. Zadi with 39 goals. She's also, I dare say, head of entertainment there. She's such an infectious character. She's smiling all the time, laughing. Just enjoys her time playing. Oh, long pass, run onto that, Valentini. And she does. Darleux lofted it over everybody. First goal of the game for the Mets winger. Off this one here. Had one look, no hesitation. France looking very good indeed here. Free throw. As ever, solid defending. Valentini followed her all the way around. Krumholtz must be quite pleased. The last couple of matches haven't given him huge confidence. Skora-Bogachenko to the line. And that's nicely put away by Sabirova. Oh, careless. Managarova is away and scores 2 quick goals. Just when you think you can rest on your laurels, no, you can't. Terrible mistake. Pinot with a casual pass, cut out by the winger. It's the second fast break goal for the Russians. France have had 5. Both of the Russian ones coming in the second half. RHF has gone into the attack at right back now. Pinot looking for the line, it's not there. Nokondi. A team timeout for France, who are looking a little bit ropey on the attack now. Just needs to settle them down a little bit. Second team timeout for France. Both have used 2 now and have 1 left.
Aussi, c'est toi qui attaques. Ça, toi qui attaques, tu sors en défense. Et là, tu continues les défenses encore un petit peu, ok? Continuez à être tranchant, écartez le jeu, soyez lucide. En montée de balle, il y a plein de solutions. Mais jouez pour marquer des buts. Et faites des fans. Vous avez vu, ça peut être partir pour retrouver.
Allez, il faut continuer. Oui, bonne là. Pour ça. C'est bon.
So, reaction of the coaches, the highs, the lows, the emotion of the game. So, a bit of organisation put into the French attack, some ideas given, and Sergio Gonin goes in at right back. Pinot stays left back, Nokondi in the centre. Oh, did well. The pass a little behind her, but Nokondi reached back and got it. Sergio Gonin making the pass to her. Sergio Gonin coming off at the moment, not being used in defence, and Horacek looks like she might be going back on again into the wing. That's come kindly. Oh, off the post, unlucky. And once again, it's a quick pass, Valentini. And what could be a goal at one end from a decent angle on the wing shot ends up being a goal at the other, with Darleux sending it down like an absolute rocket. And Valentini is so fast. There was that last goal for Nokondi. Poor scorer Bogachenko is absolutely exhausting herself. She was trying to cover Valentini. She's just been replaced and came off looking drained. They've changed the back line, now a mistake. Pinot looking for support and finds Nokondi. And France are rampant now. Midway through the second half, it's a 9-goal lead. Have to look around as the support was on the other side. 11th turnover that was for the Russians, and that's a testament to the good defense, that they're putting them under pressure and they're making mistakes. So at right back now has gone Sherbak on the line. Sabirova, interestingly, is a playmaker, but she has been used before. This isn't new. Ludmila Bodnieva putting her in as a line player. Going to be a free throw. Russians, you have Ilarionova as one line player, tends to be first choice. Zakordonskaya, the other, is an inexperienced 18-year-old who she probably doesn't want to risk here against the French. So Sabirova does give her that extra opportunity. We saw earlier that Kornieva, who's also a back player, played that. So meanwhile then, the Russians have pulled one back, courtesy of Nikitina. Again, she releases the ball rather than going for the shot. Break is on, but Goshenina is free down the middle. The French actually completely missed her, and she was screaming for the ball, Goshkova rather. They managed to recover the situation though. And France have now taken off Toublon, who was having a good run. And Granier has gone on because we are midway through the second half, and that's what Krumholtz does. Frolova. A rather theatrical drop there by Sherbak, the Lada Togliatti playmaker. Used as a right back at the moment. Frolova. Darleux missed that one. Faupas, quick throw off taken. The wings free on the left. Pinot didn't pass it through. Frolova then. First goal of the game for her. It's a free throw for France. The Russians have passed the 20-goal mark now. Gondi. She got under pressure. They hoped she might not look too carefully where she passed. Nikitina moving up on her. Pinot is now being individually marked, looks for the line. And again, Faupas. Sertien Golin providing the pass into her. 5 goals now for Faupas. 21 assists across the French team, 12 for the Russians so far in this match. It's going to be a free throw. Door closed firmly by Pinot and Nokondi. Oh, nicely done, Nikitina. Oh, saved. Came out very quickly, Darleux. Caught the ball on the way up. Just tapped it away. It's all about timing there. You don't want to come too early. Sertien Golin. Pinot. Switch back again. Oh, and Sertien Golin needed to drive in, then look for the wing. Passive play call now against France. Pinot decides to take the shot herself. It's a poor one, straight down the middle. Kaplina picks up the loose ball, and back come the Russians. Into the wing, Managarova. Great game for her. 5 goals now for Managarova from 6 shots. Valentini coming in to help mark the back player. So with 10 minutes remaining, France leading 28-21 against the Russians. Zadi has come back on again. And for France, for the first time in this World Championship, on comes Canor. Possession turned over, Nikitina. Third goal of the game for the 29-year-old. Team timeout for France, their third and final one. With 9.5 minutes remaining. Zadi looking for the line, it's intercepted this time. Good steal by Sabirova.
Sur le tir et on replie, on défend, on monte plus en défense, on se laisse enfoncer. On continue à marquer des buts. Allez, t'en fais encore une ou deux, après Estelle ira à droite.
Allez les filles, on continue, on reste sérieuses. Allez les filles, allez.
Ouais, banana!
Comme ça.
French fans for the moment enjoying it, but it's not quite over yet. And they know it. Team timeout players saying, let's stay serious and stay focused here. So Zadi, Sertien Golin, and on the ball now, number 21 is 24-year-old Metz left back Orlan Canor. Missed the Olympics with a torn Achilles tendon. She's now recovered and has come on to replace Niakate, who's been struggling in the tournament. Here she comes. Well, a first touch and a first goal. Orlan Canor, and that's what France needs. That's the dimension of the game that's been missing. That will certainly help. Nikitina Frolova and Sherbak, 23-year-old newcomer, number 86. A little like the French, the Russian coach, Lyudmila Bunieva, a great player in her time, not afraid to put on the youngsters. In that respect, the two coaches very similar. If you take a player, it's not to just watch and learn, it's go on and learn, not for a few minutes. RHF being used in defense only at the moment. Zadi trying to organize things. Calling out to Granier, says come around. Here she comes. The winger goes in, 2 on the line. Oh, and a misunderstanding between Canor and Sertien Golin. Back come the Russians. Oh, a bit of space there now. There is for Frolova. And again, she doesn't frame the shot. Long pass down. Oh, brilliant catch! Valentini. She's on fire with the fast breaks. Ball is missed. Darleux looks straight up, and down it goes. No chance for Kaplina. Eight fast break goals now for France in this game. The Russians have had 3, all in the second half. Ball is stolen unfairly, say the Spanish referees. It'll be a free throw for the Russians. Sabirova working hard on the line. Plays for CSKA Moscow. 8 of the Russians do, although only just moved there from Astrakhanotchka in the summer. Into the wing, there's no space there though. She's covered all the way by Granier, the Besançon winger. Got a 2-minute suspension for France, and it's faux pas. Holding on to the shirt. Third 2-minute suspension for France. 7 minutes remaining. France lead by 8. Now there's space for them to break through. And it's taken very well indeed. Olga Scherbak scores her first of the match. Lovely sidestep. So with the suspension to faux pas, Béatrice Edwige is going to stay on in attack. We said that Edwige is used in attack by Rostov-Don in the Russian league, 8 goals for them this season. Zadi, that's fine, it runs the clock down, they won't be too worried about that. We've got still a minute to go on their suspension. Sergio Golin, Zadi comes around to that side. Now making space. Beautifully scored. And Edwige gets her first of the game. Only a 7th in the competition. Nice service into her from Canor. Canor has been on 4 minutes. He's got a goal and an assist. Frolova. Oh, tap on the arm by Edwige, that's a free throw. It's fine because this just runs the clock down even more. Frolova onto the other, Scherbak. Oh, she's having a good game. 23-year-old breaks through on the far side. So France still without a goalkeeper at the other end, but just for a few more seconds. In fact, they are good. Krumholz didn't say a word, he just walked up to Darleux and kind of went wide-eyed on her as if to say, "What you doing?" And she just ran on. That's lost as they try and put it through to Edwige, sailed straight past her. Nikitina, oh, hesitated, the chance was there briefly to sail past Zadi. So for the Russians, off comes Tajenova, who's been used in defense only, the number 51. She's giving Frolova a break. Not the best of defenders either, a little like Elina. Frolova, penalty, fouled on the way through. Referee points to Valentini, but I suspect it's more this is the shove that's given the penalty. I think Canor, the player at fault. So Darleux faces Sabirova. Scored 1 from 2 in the competition so far. That's now her second. Goalkeeper goes the wrong way. So we have 3 minutes. Just over 30 seconds remaining with France having a 6-goal lead. Oh, inside the area, unfortunately for Edwige. No goal. And again, Tajenova is going to go off. Just 2 international matches, the Russian defender, Tajenova. 1 goal. Into the wing, no space there. The French very mobile. Cover well. Across the width. Frolova, Sabirova comes out to try and draw the defender. Oh, that's nice. Well, you can see she is a back player. Has got a decent shot on her from outside as well. She gets a third. And the Russians are back within 5. 2.5 minutes remaining. So the Russians scoring 3 goals without reply, but France finally get going again, courtesy of Lucie Granier, her first of the game. And now only Horacek, who's barely been used, has not scored in the French team. Only been on for 1 minute and 40 seconds. So I don't think we can hold that against her. Frolova. Oh, they were trying to do a Kemper, lob it over the area to take the ball and shoot before she landed. Well, I thought for a second there that Darleux was going to head off down the court. In the end, she passed the ball to Nokandi, who scores her 4th. There goes Darleux. And it's not far-fetched, I can tell you, in a match for Brest a couple of seasons ago. She went all the way down the court, did a lovely dummy, and scored a goal. Not sure Koumals would be too impressed if she did that here, though. And that's going to be a free throw. So it won't count as a save for Cléopâtre Darleux, 32-year-old, who's played over 180 matches for France. We have a minute to go in France. They're going to finish top of the group. Oh, that's nice. Scherbach with a 3rd goal. And this is going to be a team to watch, the Russians, in the years to come. A lot of excellent young players here. Budnieva, since taking charge, has completely changed the outfit. She also said she would only take charge if the former coach Yevgeny Trefilov, who has a habit of showing up and coaching from the stands, doesn't come to the matches. And they agreed to that. That's gone wide. Back come the Russians. Tajinova gets an attack as well. Nikitina to the line, and that's a penalty. Bundled over Sabirova. And take your pick, frankly. Yeah, I don't think it was Horacek. And Ziminko may have lent on her. Sabirova again scored 1, and that will be the last action of the game. That's the final buzzer. And she scores. It's a 4th goal, but it is still a win for France, who go top of the group, having won all their matches. Great performance by them after going 6-2 down early on. Recovered, and it was all one-way traffic. The final score here in Granollers: France 33, the Russian Handball Federation 28. Well, a commanding performance by France, who finally got their rhythm going again. Zadie's at it again. She genuinely is the head of entertainment, we're told, at the French hotel. She's a hugely entertaining character. There is Budnieva. She's brought 6 players making their debut in a major competition here, so what a great experience for them, and what a future. They never gave up, fought to the end. France also going through a transitional period, and their youngsters have done well with Toublanc, Granier. So, Player of the Match award, sponsored by Hummel.
Number 26 from France, Pauletta Foupa.
So it's a French line player, Pauletta Foupa. 5 goals from 6 shots, an 83% success rate, 2 assists. Did her bit in defense as well. But France win and finish top. They will play the runner-up from Group 2, which will be one of Netherlands, Norway or Sweden. They're playing as we are here. So you'll have to wait and find out as we are. Hugs all round for the Russians. They will play the winner of that other group. They are still very much in the competition. Who knows? They could still pop up at the end. Although I think it's more about gaining the experience here. And Cléopâtre Darleux, who made 4 saves in the end in the game. Sergien Golin, who scored a long-range shot. We thought, here we go. And then after that, she hesitated every time again. And still needs to find her range. The Russians, in the end, ran out of options. Even Skora Bogachenko got taken off. for much of the second half. The French, though, they don't want to go home. There are so many of their fans who made the trip here, enjoying the moment. The tough matches to come in the quarter-final. What entertainment ahead. I hope you can join us for those. But for the moment, let's just enjoy the victory and this great performance by this remodeled French team. And look forward as well to the Russians in that quarter-final. So time for the customary photo. The cameraman's being told, get away. You're getting in the photo, Zani says. And look at that, victory number 6. Zani, entertaining as ever. So the French win means they are top of the group, maximum points, a plus 34 goal difference. The Russians, with this defeat and the draw against Slovenia earlier in the round, still in second place with 7 points ahead of Serbia, who were on 6 in the end. France and the Russians, as we knew at the start of today, through to the quarter-final. The attacks in the end, France, 58% success rate on their attacks, 68% on their field throws. Add to that the penalties, 3 from 4. On the Russians, the 54% success rate on the shooting, a little low. They also had 12 turnovers, but France had 10 in the end, many of those in the first half, mind you. And 3 suspensions, France to 2 for the Russians. Top scorers, Pinot and Foppa with 5 apiece for France. They were matched by Malagarova, who had a great match on the wing for the Russians, and Sabirova had 4. So France have beaten the Russians 33-28 to finish top of the group in a highly entertaining match. Certainly hope that you've enjoyed it. But that's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. And until next time, from me, Paul Bray, good night.
IHF team. Please welcome. We kindly request you, the spectators, to support your team in a fair. From the City Hall of Granada.
Non, non, maintenant pas.
Oh, sí, és que m'han dit dos i ara ninguna de les dos. Olga... Russian Handball Federation.
This way, this way. Sorry.
Okay, because we lost.
Спасибо. Потому что я по-английски вообще не могу. We're waiting for...
Is he coming? Is he coming? Is he coming now?
Yeah. Community manager go to search him. I don't know where he was, but he will come soon.
Это он где-то тебе получается. Шведки выиграли?
Да. А я не знаю, кстати.
Может, надо, чтобы нам, в смысле, им же надо было, чтобы еще Швеция выиграла.
Может, там разница еще?
Не-не-не. Швеция надо было просто выиграть.
Выиграть?
Всем надо было просто выиграть.
Поняла.
Из двух команд, кто выигрывает, тот выигрывает.
Значит,
Там еще в середине второго тайма там было, по-моему, еще +1 был в пользу Норвегии.
Да?
Там все не так все просто было. Голландия в первом тайме вообще вела почти все время.
выиграли уже, Швеция.
Welcome to the post-game press conference for the main round of the RHF Women's World Championship in Granollers, the match between the Russian Handball Federation and France, with final score Russian Handball Federation 28, France 33. With us are the members of the Russian Handball Federation, Ms. Lumilia Botnieva, head coach, and player number 86, Ms. Olga Shepmak. And representing France, there is the national head coach, Mr. Olivier Crambols, and the player number 19, Ms. Océane Sercien-Rougolan. First, let's go and listen to the head coach of the Russian Handball Federation, Coach Botnieva. How have you approached this last game of the main round?
First of all, congratulations for the win, and thank you for the match. We were known before the match that it will be a tough match, and we were really very good prepared. But today we have to admit that France is a better team, and they shown it us today very well. We really had a very big problem with the Landler. We didn't stop her, and what I have to say, today we received a really an invaluable experience for us. Thank you.
Thank you. We will hear Ms. Olga Sherbak, player of the Russian Handball Federation. How did the team feel after this game, and what do you expect in the quarterfinals?
Как команда себя чувствует после этой игры и чего ожидаете действительно?
ну, мы, конечно, расстроены от проигрыша, но все равно нам нельзя сейчас расстраиваться, потому что ждет четверть финала, и мы сейчас настраиваемся больше на следующую игру.
Of course, we're not happy about the loss, but at the same time, for sure, we're not sure that we don't have to be too disappointed. We have to think about the next game, about the quarterfinal. We have to concentrate on that game, but not on that game that happened just minutes ago.
Okay, thank you. Now time to hear Mr. Olivier Crambols, national head coach of France. Coach Crambols, how have you faced this last game from the main round?
First of all, thank you for the Russia team. It was a good game and very, very correct game. Of course, we are very happy because we played well, very fast. All the French player was good, and they was very happy to play this game all along the time, and we was very fast for fast break, for breakthrough, and in attack we had a lot of solution, and of course the French defense is very, very strong. It's good.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear Ms. Océane Sercien-Rougolan, player of France. What are your feelings about this victory, and what do you expect in the quarters finals?
I'm really happy about this victory, of course. I think, like my coach, every player put himself in situation to shoot, and it was fast. We moved the ball really well. Of course, for the quarterfinal, we need to make some analysis to take this seriously. I mean, every player in French national team are aware of the importance of this game, and of course, I wait this game with a lot of impatience.
Okay, thank you. Time for the media. Any questions?
Просить подвести итоги группового этапа в целом для нашей сборной.
Could you speak about the group stage in general?
Я считаю, что у нас были очень хорошие матчи и очень не очень удачные отрезки на протяжении уже пребывания здесь в Барселоне. Я могу сказать, что в целом я довольна работой команды. Сегодняшний матч стоит особняком, так как мы все понимаем, что уровень соперника уже совсем другой, но тем не менее я считаю, что мы дали максимальный бой, насколько сегодня это было возможно, насколько это было в наших силах. Но, наверное, итожить я бы не хотела бы сегодня, так как уже с вчерашнего дня все-таки все мысли уже о четвертьфинале.
In general, I'm pretty happy with the team. But of course, today's game was a special one because the level of the opponent is pretty different that of all previous. But anyway, I don't want to make any conclusions because since yesterday we're thinking about playoffs, about the quarterfinal.
Okay, more questions? No? Okay, thank you for your assistance. Yeah, another one. Okay.
Игорь, помоги, пожалуйста, с переводом. Я хотел бы спросить главного тренера французской сборной. Недавно Франция и Россия играли в финале Олимпиады. Сейчас мы играем на групповой стадии чемпионата мира. Это другая команда. Когда он готовился к этой игре, что он думал о сборной России и что он может сказать о ее игре после этого матча?
Question to the head coach of French team. You played against Russia in the final of Tokyo Olympics, and you played now. It's two different teams. How did you prepare to the new Russian team, and what could you say about its performance?
Of course, it's not the same team because the team Russian team in Tokyo had a lot of experience and some amazing player, but not too tall. And now the new generation, and especially the two back player, they are very tall and very good for shooting. But we work and we prepare this match with a lot of serious, and we had the defense solution. But it's a very good team, and I think that in 2 days they will play much better, I am sure.
Just one question to Coach Krumholz. Of course, your serious business, winning games is serious, but how important is it that your team play with a smile on their face? Your team feels like they're smiling all the time. Gras Zardi is always leading this, but as you know, all the players are. How important is that? It's serious, but you have fun.
Yeah, but there is a lot of pressure on the French team for men and for women because the results are very, very high all along the time. And in France, when the French team play a competition, it's a minimum semi-final, and it's very hard sometimes for the player. And this day we had the qualification in the pocket, and it was more easy. But I hope that in 2 days we have the same feeling.
More questions? No? Okay. Thank you for your assistance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck, Ludmila.
Thank you very much. Good luck for you.